Everybody is presented with 24 hours. Unfortunately, some spend 12 hours on bed, sleeping.
Yeah.
So that means by the time they are 50, they are not 50 years old.
How do we get to be in tune with our bodies? There's something you've mentioned there about we now don't listen to our body. How does it look like me listening to my body?
Wow, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
You are there because you have decided to live so. That is the bitter truth. That is whipping yourself, disciplining yourself.
So,
calling yourself to accountability.
Yes.
Call yourself out.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Revamp Your Mind, the continuous process of revamping the way you think and how you see the world. Now, today, I'm joined by a very amazing person, Dr. Spice.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine, Tracy.
Good to see you.
Amazing.
Now, today, we're going to be talking about a topic that we have truly forgotten about, and it's wellness. So that's why I brought in Daktari today, so that I can ask you one question. When was the last time you asked yourself, how am I? Not how is work, how is business, but how am I? And so, Daktari, do you think that these people really understand what is holistic wellness?
I think for a big percentage, we have forgotten the value and the essence of holistic wellness. We only think of wellness when damage is already happening. And the small triggers and the small symptoms and the tiny communications of the body, we have forgotten that for real. That's why it's hard for most of our viewers today to recall the last time they asked themselves, how am I? In the real sense that you can tell me how is your mind, how is your soul, and how is your spirit. Are you able to know, I am getting weaker spiritually, I'm getting weaker emotionally, I'm getting weaker psychologically. We are out of touch with self. The only thing we know is how is your business? How is your place where you are coming from? How is your wife? How is your husband? How is your children? We know so much about out there, but we know very little about what is happening in here.
Interesting. So, Dr. Spice, how do we get to be in tune with our bodies? There's something you've mentioned there about we now don't listen to our body. How does it look like me listening to my body?
Wow, excellent. This is the same communication that reminds you you are thirsty. It's the same communication that tells you it's time now to eat. It's the same communication that tells you your skin is dry. It's the same communication that tells you it's cold. It's the same communication that tells you maybe your feet is cold. The same way the body communicates physically, it also communicates spiritually and also communicates at the soul level. Sometimes you would feel, why am I not in the mood? That is a communication the body is sending because of the hormones and the whole profile of the way the body functions. We have also normalized getting out of touch so that anytime the body gives you a sign, you are like, what can I use to stop the body from giving me this communication? You can't sleep, then you are looking for a pill to help you sleep. You are a man, you cannot perform, you are looking for a pill to help you perform. You develop maybe some kind of irritation, migraine. You don't want to attend to the root cause. You want to fix it cosmetic. Maybe you have an outbreak on your skin. Then you are wondering, what can I use? What products is there? It's not about products. The body is communicating. Listen to your body. You can't rest. That's a communication. You can't get enough food. That is a communication. So in the whole idea of holistic wellness, it is time now we look at problems, not to fix them cosmetic or for short time. And it's not to shut down the symptoms. We can take it a little bit further and look at where did I go wrong? That way I am able to act correct and do the main work in the whole challenge that we are facing.
Wow, okay, that was a lot of depth. Now I have a question related to that.
Yes.
How did we get here? How did we get to a place where you being connected with your body, it becomes something we have to remember to go back to? What happened along the way?
Actually, what happened is the disruption of normal rhythm of, like I would call it the natural rhythm. And this applies to, it's in the morning, the sun is rising, you don't get out of the house to bask in the sun. We no longer have that as a culture.
Yes.
In the African setup, every morning the family would at least go out and see the sun. Sometimes as a way of worship, sometimes as a way of thanksgiving. You see what used to happen early morning is initiating with the rhythm of the world, of the earth. That is the natural rhythm. That is one thing we have lost. You don't meditate in the morning. You don't have a grateful heart in the morning. You are waking up to confusion. You are waking up to a call. You are waking up to unfinished things of yesterday. You are waking up to judge yourself because of procrastination. You are waking up to remember pain and everything of yesterday. Now tell me, what would be happening by noon? You would have beaten and bruised yourself into pieces.
Goodness.
Then you report to work expecting to have people to encourage you, to motivate you. Then they're like, you have not delivered a thing. What would happen by the end of the day? You have judged yourself. You will not even remember the sunset, and you would have at least gazed to the sunset, looked at the sun, connected with the rhythm of the world. We have lost that. We also lost the touch with the rhythm of the world in terms of getting out of our houses in the night to look at the stars, to gaze in the sky. That is a spiritual thing, it's a soul thing, it's a body thing.
Yes.
So these are the natural rhythms we have lost.
Yes.
The other thing we have lost is maybe get out of the house when it's raining. Let those drops touch your skin. That is therapy. We have only enough in the showers. I wish we can just go back and embrace the natural rhythm of the world. Not even discussing about food, because food used to have seasons. The fruits would give their fruits in the season. Maybe one time you find it's time for these apples, it's time for these berries, it's time for these given other varieties of fruits. For example, we used to have given variety of fruits being in season around December. Then the next time you are likely to find them is the following year. You see? But right now, due to the genetically modified foods, we have them throughout. And they have been altered in their DNA. So what is the overall effect? The body treats this as a confusion. This is a genetically modified food. So your body has not been modified. So there is a total confusion. The body is wondering, hey, this strange organism, this strange type of food, it's new to me. Yeah. And then we have loved what is sweet in our food.
Yes.
We don't want to entertain anything bitter, anything sour. But mark this, we would only have maybe 1 cup of sour mwarubaini once in a year. But it would kick our immunity top. But right now, I don't want to taste anything. Whether it is 1 sip or 1 cup or once a month, I don't care. I only want the sweet things non-stop. Now, should we be surprised when we are now having conditions that would have been otherwise solved if we embrace the natural rhythm of the world? For instance, some people with eye problems can be sorted standing at an elevated point and gazing far. You can empower your vision by looking at the sun. But we have been told it's bad and it will ruin your eyes. All right, then the glasses are good. Did you heal after you used the glasses? No. Because the natural rhythm does not change. What changes is our way of interacting with nature. You can refresh your nerves by basking in the sun, allowing the raindrops to touch your skin like that, dipping your feet in the river, moving water, taking off your shoes and walking on the sand. You charge yourself from the Mother Earth. The earth has a rhythm, and that rhythm is not strange to your body. When you are in touch with it, then you are activating your whole body system.
You know, what is so amazing, Dr. Spice, is I once recorded something during my journey, I used to create time. I have a rooftop. So you go and tandika something, you just bask. But when I recorded a video, someone said that, where do I find the time to do the things you're doing? And I kind of wondered, have we normalized being busy? Have we normalized being exhausted? The way you've just said that you wake up, your whole brain, you're exhausted by you self-loathing yourself, going to work and again you're repeating. Have we normalized stress as a personality?
In that case, Tracy, we are victims of a well-orchestrated program to keep people busy, detached, and they will lose themselves and think that the new culture is modern. It is not.
The hustle and bustle, let's go get the bag. You're not even
noise,
resting.
The busyness, and by the end of the day, you have lost much of yourself. You did not gain. No. You lost much of yourself. Let me explain.
Yes.
If you can't have time to listen to your body, which is right here with you, will you hear about your friends and your immediate community? Will you be able to birth a child if you could not listen to your system, your body as a mother, as a woman, in your 20s, in your 23? Then by the time you are 25 or 20 or 30 or whatever age that you desire to bring forth a child, will you be able to listen to the child? Will you be able to bond with that baby? Wow. Will you be able to speak life to that child if you could not speak that life to your organs when you could? So we are very busy not knowing that it would cost us in the long run. It is high time we now get, even if it's 15 minutes before bed, 15 minutes in the morning.
Yes.
Not every call requires you to answer.
Yes.
You are not an emergency line. At least they can wait 10 more minutes for you to get yourself. Otherwise, you've been living for them. You've been living for them all the time. Now get yourself. You are more important than receiving that call to give a piece of yourself. At least be in full peace before you divide yourself for others.
Wow.
So,
I'm even being renewed. Right now, as we are talking, my mind is being revamped because I think we've been sold the $1 billion dream. No, you have to wake up, not only sacrifice your peace of mind, but we even sacrifice our own mental stability.
Exactly.
Because in the long run, that's where now we are getting into depressive states. Like for me, I had such a state a few years ago. And when I look deep down, it's because I am so busy. I never even know how I am feeling as a person. But I'm so occupied with the world, with the people that are around me. I don't even know what Waithira wants, but I know what everyone wants around me. And I was like, this is the norm. We have made this the norm. Then how can we heal?
Very well. To heal, it requires a revision of so many things. From our faith. Our faith teaches us that true love has no man than a friend laying down his life for others. You cannot give what you don't have. Even if you lay down your life for others and in the name of, I am doing this because I love other people, it's time you looked at yourself first so that you can have something better to give. And that is now a revision for our doctrine, our faith. You can't love others beyond yourself and expect that is a legacy. You would be more productive if you got yourself together.
Wow.
You would bless us for longer if you compost yourself now. All right? Those few minutes in the morning or whatever time of the day, those few minutes play a bigger role if you spend them with yourself.
Wow.
Than you would have given them to me. And you know why I say this? Many people might die younger in the name of, I'm doing this for the world, I'm preaching, I'm a musician, I'm doing this for everybody, to bless others. You cannot bless everybody if you are breaking in here. The first assignment is for you to care for your sanctuary.
Wow.
If it does not help you holistically, then it cannot help the world. If your mental state is not okay, you cannot coach others on mental stability. If your health is ailing, you cannot teach everybody else on healthy living. If you are having a trouble with your psychological state, you will speak poison and you'll poison other people. Because you begin to vent and tell people there is no hope in this world, there is no hope in this. So, you are a public person. You have influence. You are speaking to people. Gather yourself into one piece. That way, you'll be able to bless your immediate friends, your family, your circle, and the whole population that you have been entrusted to bring a change to. And this also applies to not only spiritual revision, but also to food revision. Because you cannot heal if you don't revise your food. Most of the problems people have today, they are food problems.
Food problems.
Exactly. From weight to hormones to inflammation to any chronic condition, it has an angle to food. Even, I can actually be bold on this and say, people say I'm obese because we have these genes running in our family. How come then that those genes only apply to people living in Runda, Muthaiga, Milimani? That does not happen in Kawangware and the Mukuru Kwajenga. The big percentage of people claiming that it's only the genes in our family that have this propensity to developing weight, and there's nothing much we can do. That in psychology is called learned helplessness. You have lived with a problem, then you have believed that it is like that. We are helpless. We cannot help it much. It's our genes.
Oh, so the belief is making you become it. You
The
become
mindset. You have learned this
goodness.
to the extent your mental state, your mindset registers, you are supposed to be like that, become helpless.
How do we understand that we have limiting beliefs that are limiting our own expressions or the people we were built or created to become?
This applies in this sense. You can single yourself out of a population that is suffering from given propensities.
Even family and loved ones.
Exactly. It might be true that in your family, those genes exist. But you must provide the needed conditions for those genes to find expression. You must have necessitated. I agree you come from a family of people that have this weakness when it comes to developing weight. I agree. But is it also possible that you are supplying these genes with the needed conditions for them to find expression? Is it also possible that you can deny these genes the needed conditions for them to thrive and find expression? Somebody come from a family that have had a few loved ones developing cancers and all that. Is it possible I can deny that disease the needed environment for it to thrive in my body? The answer is yes. So before we settle with learned helplessness.
That's amazing. Wait, doctor. Now you want to say that one of my family members might be thinking that they have, let's say, a particular cancer.
Yes.
And for me, I can be able to separate myself and believe differently about my situation and who I am becoming.
Exactly.
And that would be actually
100%.
na mbona we have a statement of kwetu tunakuanga hivyo, then aren't we carrying a thing to actually defeat us and not grow us when we say tunakuanga hivyo? There is a word of kwetu wanakuanga hivyo, that wanagonjekanga hivyo.
We can give an example with, you are born with a loaded gun, but something must pull the trigger. You are born with a carbonated drink. Once opened, it will spill out. So something must open this one. Make up your mind that you will change your mindset. You will make everything correct, that you will deny the environment for that condition to find expression. Whether it means developing a habit that everybody else is not endorsing, because that's where now you begin to single yourself out. You cannot eat like everybody else in your family who has diabetes, who have ulcers, who have all these other conditions, then expect yourself to get different results. You'd rather be a nerd than fit in the rest of the herd.
Wow.
I can single myself out. You are taking 5 meals in a day as if there is a marathon for eating. You are alone on that marathon. I will take 2 and I will leave. You are eating processed food, all of you, and you know we have propensity in our genetic profile. I will single myself out and I will not take the food you people are taking, because I know other people took that same meal and they ended up developing the conditions we are fighting here. So change the path, and that is now the revision of the whole thing.
Yes.
It is not about only faith. It's also about our mental beliefs.
Yes.
It is also about our food systems and how we connect with nature. You can't tell me you can't walk maybe whatever number of steps. Start, hata kama utaenda stairs chini na juu. At least you have done something today.
That's good. Stairs, unapanda ukishuka.
Exactly. That's the direction. You are taking a direction. The rest did not walk. You walked, even if it was 5 steps. At least start to single yourself out.
Why
Be
do
intentional.
people fear doing different? Because we have a fear of being the one you've said, be a nerd, or what?
Or fit in the rest of the herd.
When people, I think maybe I'm going to say this from a perspective of what I've gone through when I'm building my brand, yeah?
Yes.
The moment people start seeing you taking a healthier way, the moment people start seeing you making your own decisions, there has to be a mental strength and agility that you have decided, and not be swayed away by what people are saying when you're getting into this journey. Because we have a thing of going with the venye watu wanaenda ni wakumi, no wakumi wanaenda hivi hata ni follow wakumi. We have a problem of living like sheep. You know sheep, yes. Sometimes
the herd.
Yes, that's the word. Sometimes when we see people do this, we are like, this is the right way, and we follow them. But the person who is even healthier, we are calling them, wewe sasa unaanza kujifanya you know everything in the world. And I was like, the world will actually beat you up for doing the right thing and clap for you when you're doing the wrong. So you have to really make a self-aware decision. As you've said, it's about mindset.
Yes.
So does it matter the thoughts one believes or keeps on, thinking about? Does that matter?
I think that is the cost of singling yourself out. People in their ordinary propensity, they hate it to see you walking the right direction that might give you results different from everybody else. And they will fight and frustrate you and show you that path people have tried and they have not made it. And they will even bring to you points of references. You cannot make it. Another person tried and they did not make it. But they will be slow to bring in the success stories. So I think it is a subconscious way. People hate it when you have to try a new path. D. Frost wrote a very good quote. He said, I took the road less taken, and that made the whole difference. You cannot follow everybody in the direction that everybody is ending up to fail. For example, we might take a path today, then you discover, hey, the person ahead of you has fallen in that pit. Then you follow, and then you end up in that same ditch. You'll get out and go. Tomorrow, you'll be careful. Is that ditch right there? Then if another person falls, you'll be careful at least now to use, by the side, and you make it home. That day, you will not need to try whether there is a pit in there. You would know definitely this is where people fall. So you have seen people eating unhealthy, and they ended up developing chronic conditions. You have seen people ignoring symptoms and signs early in life, and they ended up in the same conditions. Now the question is simple. Will you follow the same path tomorrow? Whether they clap for you or they do not, at least you know the road not to take.
Wow.
At least you know the road that will end in failure.
Yes.
Don't follow them. And don't wait for people's validation for you to act. Intrinsically, people desire words of affirmation. They desire motivation. They desire to be told you are on the right path. They desire people to tell them, keep it up, or that is the right way, or they at least require a second or third opinion concerning a matter. Not today. Sometimes the people that should second you, they are the least likely to advise you. How do you take advice from, maybe a fitness advice from a person who is already obese? How do you get a meal plan from an obese nutritionist? How do you... So you mean these meal plans and advice, they only apply to everybody else except to you, Daktari? How then do you tell me you are a doctor, you have specialized in treating chronic conditions, but you have been addicted to wheat and wheat products yourself?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Totally.
So that person, even if you compromise, they will be soft on you and they'll tell you, okay, people are not perfect. Then they begin that narrative. What they are doing, they are, as a reverse psychology, to massage their ego, and so that you don't judge them. No, you must beat yourself. Do the cost. Whatever it would take you for you to be fit, do it. Because nobody else is coming to second. Nobody else is coming to validate. Nobody else is coming to agree with you. What you have believed is correct, and you have you are willing to to pay the cost. Do it. Wow. Do it as though your life depends on it. Because it does. Yes. Don't seek people's yes. They might never tell you yes. People would clap you to failure. People would clap you to your grave. Then the moment you are there, they would say, I wish they consulted further. I wish people just want to see you in problems. For example, I'm sure today, this is not new. People would tell you that, hey, I wish the former Tracy. Hey, the former Waithira
was... That's the most famous comment in my platforms. People are like, I miss the old Waithira. She was fun. She was... That's their perspective.
Let me help you to answer them. Would you also be willing to lift up your hand to help her bear with the back pain? Will you be available in her room to massage her back when it was paining? Would you be there to keep her busy when she would not find sleep? Would you be there to help her with consequences that come with, with weight? Would you be available if she developed a chronic condition and said, hey, at least she was she was making me this and that. I was feeling happy when I look at her and all that. Would you show up? Would you show up and repeat the same words? God forbid if she died out of the same conditions. So people would love what makes them feel happy and what they feel is correct. And what they are doing in reverse psychology way is they are trying to massage their weaknesses.
Yes, by projecting their insecurities towards. And that makes a lot of people stay stuck because they are like, Nani will say, and I'm like, you'll never ever live in a world where you're free to make your own choices if you're always thinking about what people will say.
People will say what fits them and what massages their comfort zone. They will never celebrate you because you went to where they have never been.
And you coming out of your comfort zone because it took a lot.
You paid the cost. They are afraid of paying that cost. And they are like, how come you are the one who paid the cost? How come you are able to do what I cannot do? So you are wrong. It's better here.
Yeah.
It's a reverse way. You're trying to project your vulnerabilities and your insecurity and your failure to pay the cost. So you want to assume Tracy should go back because you have failed to pay the cost. She will not.
I'll never see it in another way. Thank you for that perspective.
Exactly.
Because you see now it makes me really understand that even the journey of transformation, it's an intentional journey.
Indeed.
It's a journey of not only losing weight because you really, even when I was getting into the journey, weight was the last numbers of them. It's me changing my lifestyle, the way I think, my mindset, the way I see myself and the world, the relationship I have with food, the relationship I have with God, that now give me the results of the body. Unaona haya, kwani the body is thanking me. I'm not even understanding what's happening, because the intention was not probably even to lose the weight. It was other weights that I was feeling were weighing on me.
Oh.
All of a sudden, when I'm bringing down the weights, could be even now the body weight was a part of it.
Weight,
you know?
Weight on the body accumulates as a tertiary process. The primary started in the soul, emotional baggage. Then it landed in your spirit. Sleeplessness, lack of
I had insomnia. I used to sleep for an hour.
You get it? Then finally it comes to the body. So before you struggle to shed the weight physically, spiritually, and emotional, you must have shed that weight.
Wow.
Otherwise, trying to fix it here and the stress levels are here, you would be doing just half of the work. You will still accumulate that weight back because the tap was not closed. So the baggage of weight and weight gain is not only a body thing. The body is the third to show those signs. The first person to show the signs was your soul.
Wow.
And that's where the emotions come in. Maybe you were hurt, you were heartbroken,
yes.
you were offended. Then that sank into your spirit.
Oh, wow.
Then from the spirit, it manifested in your body, because whatever needs to come to your body must have, first of all, overcome your spirit.
My goodness.
And for the spirit to be accessed, then the emotions and the soul must have been consulted. In fact, the soul is the gateway to your spirit. And the spirit is your gateway to this body.
Wow.
Actually,
then why do we think the weight is more on the body, the fat? It's more than that.
That is what they want us to believe, that weight is only about the fat. And is okay, important here to note that before we talk about the weight loss, I think we need to discuss about the fat loss.
Tell us a little bit about fat loss and weight loss.
Good. You might have fat, but you have not accumulated weight. Okay? Because everybody has fat. You need fat in your brain to coat your brain cells. Okay, rather your brain.
Yes.
To prevent shock and all this. You have fat under your skin. You have fat near your joints. These are insulators. Okay, that's how you are able to preserve heat and energy. All right? Then this same fat is stored energy. When you have gone without food for some time, you need to do what? To allow the body to burn the fat. When the fat is burnt, what follows is a greater sign that the fat that accumulated is now normal. Okay, so fat is accumulated energy. All
fat
right?
is accumulated energy.
Exactly. But weight is accumulated stress.
Wait. How do you know then you have weight and you have fat?
That is the holistic approach. You know, I'm a naturopathic practitioner.
Yes.
So I look at wellness in a broader way, not the textbook way of discussing the topics. I know right now somebody might be wondering, hey, Dr. Spice, what are those? Yes. Fat, everybody has fat. In fact, when the body lacks fat, then you would not be discussing about what you're discussing today. Because fat helps your organs too. In fact, when we are even breaking it down further, looking at the low density lipoprotein, the high density lipoprotein, they are naturally manufactured from your liver. The body cannot produce what is harmful to it. And by chance, somebody might argue, hey, no, cholesterol is bad for the body, because that is what they translate as fat. Let me take it a little further and remind you this. The fat that you have, or rather the cholesterol that you have in your body, 85% is produced in your liver. So the contribution of food is only 15%. And by chance you lower your intake for cholesterol, the liver will produce more to compensate what you have denied the body, because you needed that cholesterol. So the fat is different from the weight. So I'm trying to analyze now, first of all, about the fat, because you need this fat, and the body has a mechanism of giving you that fat.
It already reproduces the fat itself.
Our dental formula tells us that we are omnivorous. So you are able to eat meat. All right?
Yes.
Meat must have that fat, must have that cholesterol. So once introduced in the body, then the body has a mechanism of dealing with it. It will spread it under the skin. If you had an injury, God forbid, but if you have an injury, you would look and find there is fat under your skin.
Yes.
Yeah? You would find fat in so many other areas, maybe covering your organs, your intestines, your heart, your brain. You need fat for that. All right?
Yes.
Now, about weight, stored energy, stored stress, stored baggage. And this is now where weight becomes a big bother. I don't know whether you have realized that your weight could be actually stored in your bones, not even on your muscles. We have slim people, but they have heavy. They are heavy naturally.
Yeah.
Composure, harmony releases most of these weights. Most of this weight. Charge yourself. Have rhythm. Stretch. Yoga. Do the yoga. Learn how to dance. Be free with life. You would realize your weight is now getting balanced. Okay? And this weight must have been, first of all, psychological.
Wow.
Okay?
Yes.
Then, if we go to the gym to burn fat, how come gymnastics, they still have, they are still accumulating weight?
Whoa.
I think the place we should have least people with weight is in the gym.
It's in the gym.
But we have gym instructors who have actually accumulated a lot of weight. Why? Yet we go to the gym to lose
the weight.
You get it? So if you are on a weight loss journey, if you want to go to the gym, go back.
Do you know what you're talking about, Dr. Spice, is very interesting, because I've not lost weight through going to the gym. It's what I eat, how I live, how I think. I changed that.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, people are like, where do you go to the gym? But I'm like, I only stretch my body. I move my body on a daily. That does not matter how. I can dance for an hour. I can go for walks. I ride my bike. I can ride my bike probably in Mizunguke Royo Muhima. But the thing is, I never stepped into the gym. But I used to take a mat till to date to stretch my body in the morning and in the evening.
Exactly.
Or I even have a stepper that I've bought at home. So I can just do maybe a few steps, then go back to what I was doing.
Do you know what you are doing during that? There is a relaxation. There is a harmony. Then the body begins to release the accumulated weights.
Wow.
And it begins from the brain. You see, the moment you are listening to, like, maybe the slow music or the instrumentals, the acoustics, or you are listening to waterfalls, the sounds. If the sounds can make you calm, what is the effect? Is it the sound, or is where the sound comes from? The brain miss where the sound comes from.
Wow.
So, like, connect me to nature, I would be at peace. That's what you are not giving me. So you accumulate that pressure and hunger and denial. Then the body is like, I'm not safe, I'm not home.
My goodness.
Don't just chase fat loss because you need that fat. The weight. Look at the psychological weight, the spiritual weight, before we look at this body.
Psychological weight, spiritual weight, and now the stress. That's still another weight.
Exactly. It's part of the psychological weight.
How do we get into a stage of first tackling the roots of these things, even before we think about you now getting fit? Like, how can we first get rid of this weight? Or maybe manage it. How do we manage it?
We don't need to manage what we can get rid of. Managing is like just entertaining a loose dog. It would bite you one day. It has shown you the signs. Get rid of it. Finish it.
Wow.
And if we can do that, one of the immediate steps is to do a counseling program.
Wow.
If you have maybe post-traumatic stress disorder, it's time you now sat down with a counselor who will take you through what is happening to your body, who will also help you understand the weaknesses that you have been predisposed to, who will also help you to understand the value of what you are missing if you continue in the same weakness. Because if your age mates have overcome the things that are making you stuck, what reason do you have to tell us you are the only person who cannot make it? You need that motivation. So sit down with a counselor, at least understand what's happening. Number 2, change your immediate environment. Kama itabidi uhame, hama. Kama itabidi ubadilishe marafiki, do it. And don't be apologetic for getting a better environment for yourself. You only have yourself to take care of.
Wow. Come on, the environment hammer.
Toka as early as yesterday.
But that's amazing when you mention a environment. That means environment makes up who we are.
Exactly. You know, you look like what you look at. If you are waking up every morning to look at failures, you'll be the 4th failure if the failures were 3. You look like what you look at. Show me your friends, and I will tell you who you are. You will copy the people you live with. You will copy the people you desire. And there are a number of us here listening and they are wondering, I don't need to change friends because I don't have any.
Yeah.
There is a season in life where you will need to molt alone. You will need to hibernate. You will need to stay alone. Close that door. Pray if you believe in God. Close that door. Do your personal quiet time. You will need to lock that door and find purpose. Clarify yourself. That is is in preparation for your appointed time. The moment that's called the time for manifestation, when it comes, oh my dear, they will be asking, where have you been? Who is your teacher? Don't worry, I paid a cost that you would not pay.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody is presented with 24 hours. Unfortunately, some spend 12 hours on bed, sleeping.
Yeah.
So that means by the time they are 50, they are not 50 years old. They are 25 years old. Because you have been sleeping 12 hours. A day is made up of 24 hours. So 12 hours, that's half that day. You get the scary part?
Yes, yes.
So you slept half of your life. That's why at 40, you are reasoning like a 20-year-old.
Oh my
that is why at 30, you are listening like a 15-year-old. Because your brain has been stuck. You have been asleep. Change the environment. Pay the cost. Your age mates did it. Why not you? So every excuse you might raise that I'm not able to do this holistic wellness, I'm not able to get in touch with myself, I'm not able to... You can mark this. Your age mates have done what you have not done, at least to have. They have done it 4 times. So, mbona wewe peke yako ndio una raise excuse?
Yes.
You can. You know, you need people that reminds you, you need people to remind you that it is possible. Number 3, I'm noting also that we need points of reference. Have people you desire. Copy them.
Wow.
Pay the cost they paid.
That means it's exposing yourself to the person you want to probably become, the person who inspires that version, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
The portrait of the person you desire to be ready to do what they did to be there. Pay the cost. If they slept 18 hours, at least you can sleep 20 hours also. At least to perfect the skill. But if they denied themselves sleep and rest, why do you have the luxury to do what they never did? If
wanting
they were
the results without working for them.
If they used to read 2 books in a month, so you are reading 1 book a whole year, you are behind. you are behind. Mark this, at our age, some of the models you are looking forward to be like them, they had done twice as much what you have done. So, for example, you would say, maybe I'm admiring this and this public speaker.
Yes.
And you are that, for example. So, what were they doing at 30? What forums were they discussing at 30? This and that business person, what were they doing when they were at your age? What have you not done? That's why you have not matched up to their skill.
Oh, wow.
And, those points of references help you to get, intrinsic motivation. This is not being told. No. It's intrinsic. You observe, then you tell yourself, if this is what they did, then I must do it.
Wow.
I use this to challenge our Christian community. If you desire to get the results that the apostles got, then you must be willing to live the life the apostles lived.
Ooh, that's
Prayerlessness, lack of Bible study, no questioning of doctrine. They used to tell Paul, you are a miracle worker. Hey, you are an excellent, eloquent person. You are skilled, you are knowledgeable. We know you are good in the law. But wait a minute. We will still go and examine what you and Peter are telling us here to see whether it is true. Then we will make up our mind. How many today can question the preacher? How many today can question Dr. Spice and say, Dr. Spice, I will follow up this matter to see whether what you are telling me is so true or not so.
Wow.
So that is personal motivation, intrinsic. Ni mimi nitajifanyia hiyo kazi. All right? Wow. So that's on points of references. I think another thing we need to address keenly is to own the problem as if it starts and ends with you. Don't vent it out to others. Don't push your weakness to other person. Like, ni nyinyi mmefanya mimi sija achieve, ni mama yangu. Wow. There was a story of two sons of one father. The father was a drunk. If there is a headmaster for drunks, he was the one. And he raised two boys. One boy became a priest. The other boy became a notorious thug and robber. When they were brought together in one set as we are sitting here, one was asked, you have been in prison in and out every year. You never settle every police station you are known. What is your motivation? And he said, I looked at my father. He was a rough man. He was very bitter with my mother. And I made it in my mind that I will never respect women. I made it upon myself that I will perfect the skill of my father because he's the one who taught me to be a criminal. I will copy him and I will perfect his skill. Then the priest laughed and he was, you are smiling. Then he said, the same reason he is a criminal is the same reason I am a priest.
Wow.
My mindset changed. I looked at my father humiliating my mother and I said, I will never humiliate women. I looked at my father being an alcohol addict and I made sure I will never taste alcohol in my life. I looked at his results and I knew this is not the kind of portrait I want to belong to. So I got motivation from my father. Wow. The criminal said, I got my motivation to become a criminal from my father. You might be having the same point of reference, but it's you to own your problem. Am I on this path for purpose or as a consequence? Ni kwetu tunakuanga hivyo. You know that's common.
Yes.
So are you living as a consequence or are you pursuing purpose?
Wow.
Because if you purpose to lose weight, if you purpose to release your emotional baggage, if you purpose to become a better person,
yes,
it is possible, it is granted. There is nothing is denied you. Wow. You can achieve it if you desire. So just purpose.
Wow.
Otherwise you live as a consequence. Most of us have conditions and stress and unresolved issues because of living as a consequence. My mother told me, you are a consequence. That is not a purposeful statement. My father used to tell me, that is a consequence. You are not walking in purpose. Make up your mind that I will never live as a consequence. I am not a byproduct of somebody's actions. I must also chart my path, pay the cost, whatever it takes.
Wow. You know, when you're just speaking, I'm hearing self-acceptance in a very radical manner. Because we really delay to accept ourselves. Because even I love the point you mentioned about the two brothers. So that is a story that is very familiar, and it's the motivation of what someone became that made me choose another way. Because I have seen and done what they have done, and there are no better results I've gotten. And so even when it comes to like the emotional baggage, there's something I had to do with my biological dad. And it's an ounce of just forgiveness and letting people be, and realizing that yes, you bore me, but now
Purpose. But now. That's now exit from consequence.
But no, they are hard. Then I'm here, I have a brain, there is the way I think. I'll have to get over all these entanglements that I've been carrying.
Shake the
from
dust.
It's because of my dad, it's because of my mom, it's because of my grandma. Now, for once, can it be it's because of you? For once.
Exactly.
Let it be it's because of you.
Yes.
And I think that needs a lot of intentionality, again, I'll say. The intentionality to call yourself out.
Exactly.
You know, there's another intentionality of you seeing yourself doing the habits all over again. Habits that are not bringing you forward.
Yes.
And you calling yourself a meeting and telling yourself, okay, no, you're not even being told. Can you do an audit of your life?
Intrinsic motivation.
You know,
Itoke ndani.
yes.
You know, when you're sharing about this, it is excellent that it's from personal experience. You would have decided to say, I'm like this because my mother, my father.
Yes.
Nothing about yourself. So, are you part of the reasons why you are there? So if we removed your father, your mother, everybody, you are now a grown-up, own your problems. You are there because you have decided to live so. That is the bitter truth. That is whipping yourself, disciplining yourself.
So,
you know, calling yourself to accountability.
Yes.
Call yourself out and own the whole issue. I have added weight because I love processed food and I don't take care of my stress. The moment you say that to yourself, the following morning you are acting. Lakini bado ukikaa hivyo ati ni sisi unajua kwetu hata mamangu wako hivi.
And you know, those are really reasons we give ourselves that actually make us, we are not in a comfort zone, we never move because we are always giving ourselves reasons on why not to. And when we ask people for, that's again their opinions. What are you listening to and who do you listen to? Who do you watch? Someone said you're the last books you read. Which books do you read? The last, I think, 2 books you read in the last few months, they'll tell me really. Wewe ni nani? But now someone said, someone said, you know, I had a limiting belief, Dr. Spice.
Yes.
I used to call myself dumb. I used to see myself as a woman who can't read. Because of the grade that I got in high school, I got a very beautiful D+. So I used to get that limiting perspective and take myself as a woman like this is me all my life. So even when I went to like university, I'm studying now social media, I'm doing radio and film production, I had to face a fear of like, I can be able to operate this camera, I can shoot content for a company, edit it and submit. I had to believe different. So I didn't know that even when it came to reading, I'll have to face again another fear. Because there was a fear of, I don't think I can be able to finish a book, or books, there are people who read, it's not people like her. Who said? We have so many things on why we don't do things, and that's why we don't do them.
I think we have listened so much out there.
Yes.
We no longer call ourselves to a meeting. And I think that should be a daily thing. Analyze your day, give yourself a score.
Wow.
Regardless of what everybody else said, at least if you are making a progress towards the right direction, that is what matters. Speed will come later. Acceleration does not start at 100%.
That's a good word.
As long as the direction is accurate and you are making progress, congratulations. That is how success begins.
So it's more about the journey and the progression, not me looking at
journey.
Yes.
People will hardly motivate you. I don't know how I'll put this. People deep down, they don't want to see you succeeding. Deep down, people don't want to see you having results. Wow. Deep down, people hate it when you are getting different results from them. If you have 5 people that love you genuinely, whether you are down or up, whether you are giving them anything or not, then you are one of the most blessed people.
Wow.
One of the key personalities of selflessness was killed by the same families and community that he fed and lived for and raised their dead. His name was called Jesus Christ. He was not crucified away from his people. He was not crucified away from his community. Where were the people that he raised their dead? The family of Jairus' daughter, where were they? The families of in Capernaum, where were the families of these other, the woman with the issue of blood? Did he not say anything to his community? The blind man who went back and was told, go back to your people, don't discuss about this issue, just go back to your people. Did they not know that Jesus would be dying in a few? And it was known all over. That's why the 2 disciples were asked, are you the only visitors in Jerusalem? You don't know what has happened? Because the news spread. They did not even care to go and embalm him with oil. It required women to go and do that. Where were the men? This was their fellow man. Peter was on the way, but he did not come the first day or the second.
Yes.
He came on the 3rd day after he realized, kumbe hii story inaendelea. That's when he found the rock had been rolled. Then they were like, did he get lost or was he? Then the angels needed to come and confirm to this gentleman. Otherwise, he would have run away the way he did the other time when he was being crucified. And I can tell you without a shadow of doubt that it is likely Peter was following Jesus during the journey and all so that he can go and tell a story. He was looking for evidence. He was looking for a trace. It was not out of love. If he loved Jesus so much, I am telling you, he would have not denied him. It would be
a whole different story.
He denied him not once, not twice, not 3 times. If he so loved him, then it clicked in his mind that, oh, wait a minute. Mara ya 3 na jogoo amewika. Tunawezaje ongea jana ati huyu ndiye mtu atanikana mara 3, then usahau after a few hours. It's because your desire, your motivation was different. It is not easy to find people who will love you, hug you, embrace you, motivate you, expecting nothing. Most people will only celebrate you when you will give something in return. And most of them will be so arrogant that if you don't support me, I must finish you. So some people are bitter because you are not believing their doctrine. Some people are bitter because you don't agree with their mind.
Oh, wow.
Some people are bitter because you are charting a path that they have not tried themselves. So they want to punish you for trying to follow your heart. Especially for leaders. Maybe you are pastor. They can hurt you and kill you spiritually if you don't follow them. If you question them, you are bad, you are evil, you are demon possessed. So will you thrive under such an environment?
No.
So if you get people that motivate you, people encourage you, people who genuinely give you support, you are one of the most blessed people. So don't expect people to be the motivators. They don't have you in mind. People think about themselves. So that people don't have overrated expectations. Mamangu huwa anipigii simu. So, my goodness. So, uko na stress, mamako hakupigii simu. Oh my goodness. Don't expect. Walimalizana na wewe. You are a grown up. Now own the problems in the world.
Yes.
Pursue your desires and overcome them. Mwingine, anko yangu nikiwa class 8 aliniambia mimi ni fala. So umeishi tu hivyo ukidhani wewe ni fala. You are 25, you are 30. At least wake up. The world has changed. You are no longer under attack. Own your problems and you will overcome them. The problem is not out there.
Yes.
The problem is
within.
In here.
And everything starts from within.
Exactly. The life of an egg, if it comes from outside, that is death.
My goodness.
We'll wait for incubation until the last day. If that chick does not hit from the inside, then you try to poke the shell from the outside, you are distorting the life of that. It might come out deformed. It is by design of life. You must struggle your way out. You must struggle your way out. And that's why as a naturopathic practitioner, I discourage, unless njia ya mtoto imekataa kufunguka, don't opt for the C-section. Otherwise, it also limits the number of children you should have. Kumaanisha it's not natural. You get it? Yeah. So if you can start early, train your body to go through that natural process. It is possible and you can do it. So wacha kusema, sisi kwetu hata mamangu alifanyiwa CS. So you mean hata shosho yako na hao wengine wa huko nyuma walikuwa wanafanyiwa CS? No, somebody must have necessitated some conditions. You too can single yourself out if you begin to act. Own the issue, own the problem, own the shortcomings. This has nothing to do with your great-grandparents and their errors. They did their errors. They did their miscalculations. At least you are the one now calculating. Calculate correct.
Now calculate your own life.
Yes.
Now let me ask this question as we wind up on this session, we go to the next. Now, do you think we take care of our health when something really breaks? Ama, we are intentional. Like we always taking care of our health when we are like, ay, kuna mambo imeharibika. But it's not like we are proactive about our health, about even our wellness, even about weight loss. We are not proactive unless I become so obese nikiwa 95 when I was I had ulcers, trying to think, but you're so weighed down by depression. I had a lot of emotional baggage. So I'm like, wow, things had to get to this point for me to really realize that I have to start taking care of my body and start seeing a healthier version of Waithira. Do we take care of our health when everything breaks?
We hardly take action, especially as Africans. I wonder why. We don't act to prevent. We act to manage symptoms. We actually become so ready for consequence to manage. Unaona akikuwa hivyo tutakuwa tuna, kwa mfano ni ngumu watu waache sukari. All right?
Yes.
Ni ngumu for people to drop sugar. It's hard for people to drop sugar out of their own volition. But the moment the doctor tells them, now that you have diabetes, you will not take this and that, they will follow that seriously. Then you are wondering, why would you not have quitted sugar before this damage happened? So they take things serious only when damage has kicked in, when things have fallen. But the only way to adopt this culture is to build from early age a consequence diet. A consequence diet, naisema hivi, I am taking this lemongrass kombucha because I know lemongrass helps me with this and that and that. I will take hibiscus kombucha because I know hibiscus helps me with this and this, and kombucha helps me with this and that. So you are more intentional, you are planned, you are eating for a reason. All right? I want to go to the waterfall for this intention. I want to go for a walk for this intention. We not just sit down and live life as though we have tomorrow.
Yes.
The moment we learn how to number our days, the moment we learn how to calculate the opportunities and the value of the chances we have been given by God, we would be more intentional. Wow. You know, we live as though tomorrow is granted.
Yeah, you know, we're like, kesho.
Itaanza kesho. Like today you make a mistake and then kesho. Waithira, kesho. Leo sija fast. Lakini kesho. Unaona, I promise you, kesho, I will do it tomorrow. But do you know, sometimes later becomes never. We have a generation of, I will do it later to do it better. It never come to pass. it never comes to pass. Sometimes later becomes never. Then you would realize why your goals are delaying, why your health is... We can act only if we are intentional. For example, you have your kids who have a high weakness for maybe colds and flu and tonsillitis and all these other, shida za watoto. If you are intentional, you would prepare meals that are so designed to give you given outcome. Like, ninawapea chai iko na hii na hii ili waache kumwaga makamasi.
Wow.
That is more of a calculated intention. Like you are aiming at a solution. Lakini kuwapea tu vitu kawaida unasema guy wanampea juice baridi jioni. Sijui kama itamuongezea makamasi. You definitely know it's a matter of minutes, then naanza kukua worse.
Yes.
But you feel helpless. Why? Because you are not intentional. You are waiting for the kid now to have swollen tonsils and
run.
Now it's disaster. Then whatever the doctor tells you, you are so ready for that whole week to follow the doctor's prescription. Hebu kuja, hata hiyo mdomo. Na usikuwa unagonjeka. You knowing very well wewe ndiye the problem to that child. I wish you were intentional. The same is happening with men. You left yourself for the world. You don't eat right. You don't do exercise. You don't walk without shoes. You don't follow any routine. You don't even have a spiritual life. Then you wonder why your machine is not machining. Then you run for the blue pill to fix the problem. Then you die in action. Then we say he was a very dedicated man. Ni uongo. He was not dedicated to grow his health. He was so dedicated with other people's pleasing. You'll become a people pleaser. Then when damage is done, they will not be there to carry the burden with you.
Goodness.
Act now on your health. Love yourself. Before you tell the other person you love them, love yourself. Demonstrate that love. Solomon loved the Lord that he gave 10,000 bulls. If you love, prove. There must be signs that you love yourself. There must be evidences of that love. Wow. Otherwise kusema unapenda watoto wako, then unakunywa supu ya mchele, unakunywa maji plain hapo, unakunywa juice pande ile, umeenda sijui kwa njia motura. So that's what you expect No.
Wow.
You see the old school life, the old school kind of setup, that is what made our gukas and our great grandparents to have 3 wives and none of them would complain. This generation, a man at 40 already have 1 single wife and the wife can't have enough. It is a disaster because a man at 70 is satisfying his 2 women. You at 40, you can't do proper work on your 1. Why? Because that man has adopted a life that you have not been able to do. And I will even take it an up higher and argue it this way. It is possible that guka adopted a good life since their teenage years. Yeye akienda kulisha, anaenda anakula mamizizi, anakula wild fruits, anakula herbs here and there which are safe, because we know African system ilikuwa na njia ya kujua this is safe for consumption, this is not safe consumption. Na pia walikuwa na volume ya kujua hizi matunda zinakuliwa kiasi hii, ukizidisha hapo inakuletea constipation. You get it?
Yes.
Because kitu kama guava was a seasonal fruit. And ukikula in excess inakuletea constipation.
Yes.
Hiyo ni natural balance. You get? So the nature itself inakufungia break. Oh, umekula excess, goja na wewe hautakula for the next 6 hours.
Because of the digestion of the seeds of the guava fruit itself, right?
You get it? And the next time you are finding guava is next year. Maybe a similar time of the year. You get it? So they were seasonal. And today we know that most of these fruits, because they include a sugar called fructose, it will end up to be the same as the table sugar. All right? So the fruit being that it has fructose. A fructose is a disaccharide combining glucose. Okay, let's look at the sucrose, because hiyo ndio wanajua kawaida. Okay, it has the fructose.
Yes.
It also has the glucose. Okay, these 2 are sugars. they end up in the body to become what? Glucose. They will translate to the same thing. So whether you took fruits, the body does not take fruits. Your mouth is the one taking fruits. But the moment the process and assimilation starts, it is assimilated as something different. So because of these weaknesses and body systems when you're in a work, you would need a break from the intake of that one to allow it enough time to have been broken down and assimilated. You get? And the culture of this teenage boy ni kulisha, kutoka hapa anatembea kilomita kama 10 mbele akienda kupeleka kondoo malisho. Then atarudisha hao kondoo hadi nyumbani. That man is fit from teenage years. Then amekula hizi wild fruits, wild herbs and roots. Over time anachomwa, anajua. You get now the way they connect with nature. Akienda kulisha, kukunywesha ng'ombe maji nini, anaingia pia yeye anaogelea. That is how they connected with nature. Okay?
Yes.
And their food was not mara 5 kwa siku. Anakula asubuhi akienda, anachoma hiyo kalori yote kwa njia. Anafika huko anakula mavitu kadhaa za msituni, anarudi. Jioni anakula mile yake. Kesho asubuhi, that boy anagojewa na that routine. That young boy would grow up to become a very healthy adult. Then wakati anakuwa adult, anakula nyama, anakula hizi leafy greens, na anakula mursik, anakunywa mursik ama anakunywa muratina, anakunywa whatever. Every community had their probiotic, whatever fermented. Like what we have on the table here is kombucha. Of course haikuwa sana in the African cultures, but it's a fermented drink. So every community, hata wenye wanakunywa busa, it's a fermented drink. Wenye wanakunywa mnazi among the wapwani, hiyo ni mnazi is a fermented drink. Muratina is a fermented drink. Oshoro wa mukio is a fermented drink. Busa is a fermented drink. Mursik is a fermented drink. Fermented milk is another fermented drink. Hizi zote zilikuwa stretched out across communities. They knew this is a way of helping our gut perform at optimum. So that was the natural science of that time.
Yes.
Now, compare that teenage maturing to become an adult with now this one mwenye sahi ndio ako maybe 20 years. Umekaa primary school, lunch alikuwa anapewa nini? Ugali ama mchele na beans. Sapa anakula cabbage na sembe. Asubuhi anaamkia mkate, processed wheat. Anaamkia chai ya maziwa na imewekwa sukari na nini ingine na majani chai. Na uji ya saa 4. I don't know whether most schools walikuwa na hiyo ama wengine ni chai. Do you know the consequence of doing that for 1 year, for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years, for 10 years?
My goodness.
Ukiwa shule. Then unaenda campus. Campus ndio unakula nyama, si ndio? You wish. Unakula ngumu na maji. Kesho unakula KDF
na black tea.
Na black tea. You get it?
Yes.
So campus even becomes worse. Are we now shocked that those men cannot perform? It is as a consequence of what they have been doing over the years.
So your lifestyle gives you who you're becoming.
Exactly. So we should not even blame the men right now who are not able to perform. It's a problem from high school. We should not even be discussing about hormonal imbalance among women right now. It is a problem of what has been happening in schools. If we need to save the next generation, we need to save the diet in our high schools. A diet in our primary schools. And adopt, hata heri wapewe more leafy greens, because greens hazina shida. They are rich in minerals and nutrition and vitamins. So ziko sawa. All right?
Wow.
Kuliko tuwape mchele, which will be broken down to become glucose. So umepump huyu mtu na mashida, inflammatory diet. Then you are wondering why they are having cysts, fibroids, infections zenye haziishi, all manner of cancers. And wakati wanaenda kuzaa watoto, I saw the government recently released a good report. Wanasema they have set up a commission to look at the prenatal, natal and postnatal care for mothers and their children. Okay? Because they said that 24 counties in Kenya are at high risk. Women are dying during the process of conception to giving birth.
My goodness.
Do you know what that means? If 24 counties are high danger zones, it means half of the country. It means we have 47 counties. Actually, it's more than half of the counties. And some of the high risk regions, they are the most developed ones.
Especially the city.
They also have the highest number of boarding schools.
Oh my goodness.
Do we need to discuss beyond that? So, if possible, kana mtoto wako umpikiange hiyo malenge ni mzuri kuliko aende akapewe sembe shuleni. Ni vizuri ukae na yeye unampea ngwashe asubuhi kuliko akakule mkate shuleni. So holistic wellness is cutting across a generational review of diet, of lifestyle, of all these other things. Kana mtoto wako hiyo distance ana walk from home to shule. Yule mwenye ako shule haja walk. So huyu akiwalk hivyo miaka 4, this one will be more fit kuliko yule mwenye alikuwa anatoka class kwenda dorm.
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
Huyu ameota jua, amepigwa na mvua. Hivyo ndivyo umeboost immunity. Kale kengine kamekaa indoors hivi kama mayai. Kama kifaranga akiwa kwa.
You know, we are living in places where we are just giving kids screens.
You get it? So there is more we need to do when it comes to generational salvation. We need to save a lot of families from what we have learned to be like we have nothing, like there is nothing else we can do. There is much we can do, and I can boldly say so. Save your child from that boarding school. It will hurt their emotions. It will hurt their hormones. It will hurt their life after here.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I wish we lived in those days, the day schools, where you walk like 4 kilometers to school, then back. Mvua inakugonga na hugonjeki homa. Juu kesho asubuhi tena baridi mtakongana nayo ukienda same school. Mwaka moja, miaka 2, miaka 3, miaka 4. Then you wonder why you cannot develop a condition in campus. Ewe uko sawa. Wachana na waliitwa vifaranga wa computer. Waliitwa like the people who are coming now with the computer generation. They are very weak and they can't maybe sustain the same stamina. This is not condemnation, ladies and gentlemen. This is not an attack. This is a conversation on, is it possible that we can do better? Is it possible that we can upgrade? So we were comparing now the man mwenye sahi already is weak and the guka mwenye already hata ana walk mbali, anaona vizuri. Sahi most of our kids wako na miwani. You are wondering why there is an outbreak of sunglasses?
And even the contact lens. Kids are wearing contact lens, they are very young.
Imagine. So give me a picture of that child while they are 70 years.
So does this boil down to the topic you mentioned that healing begins from the food that we are eating? How does that now affect the whole concept? When you say that even before, there's how they used to eat. So right now, is it that we have forgotten that food heals us and at the same time it can destroy our own bodies?
I think that intentionality is actually missing. The intentionality to arrange priorities. I need to take food for what? Jioni. You get it? So there is a need for revision of, if I continue eating this way for 5 years, you should draw a picture right there venye utakuwa. Tick the conditions venye utadevelop. Utasema, nikiendelea kukula hii ugali daily na mchele, in 5 years I should have diabetes, I should have hypertension, because that is the lifestyle that puts people at risk of developing these conditions. You can tell which is the right path and which one is not the right path. So you can tell the destination just by reading the sign. The signs are on the wall. If you take this food without allowing proper time for fasting or for enough time for the insulin to drop, for you now to introduce the next meal, you will continue spiking your insulin after every constant meal. Then you wonder why you have insulin resistance. It's because of the same culture you have adopted. You are not a victim. No, you are the master. You are the mastermind. You are the one who orchestrated that outcome. In fact, if you have diabetes right now and you are still pointing fingers, ni kwetu, ni wapi, is you own the problem. Watu wengine wame reverse diabetes using food.
Just changing their diet. Only. Na kuna mtu wako like, mimi wacha basi nikunywe hizi dawa zenye nilipewa hospitali, kwetu tuko hivyo, nitaimanage. It's okay, you have an option. Either kukunywa tu hiyo dawa, uendelee hivyo, we manage. Ama uangalie ni wapi nilikosea. So that you revise and go back. Sasa uanze kutrain mwili yako. Yes.
Now, to answer your question better. Wakati nimeanza to do the right thing, healing will come overnight. Sindio?
Apana.
Exactly. It will not come over time. It is input you do today and tomorrow and the day after. If you can do the right thing and reverse a condition, do you know what that means?
Yes.
You can eat right today and evade a condition.
Wow.
Kuna mtu wako almost could develop a given condition hapa.
But
Lakini you
mwili,
can just miss.
Wow.
You are a quarter to diabetes. You are a quarter to cancer. But you can, if you do the right thing now.
Wow.
That campaign on holistic wellness, that should be one of our commitment. We will look at the propensity. Huyu mtu ni condition gani anaweza develop if I continue na this same rhythm.
Yes.
Then we spot it. Then we would be sure by the end of those whatever 4 or 8 weeks, huyu mtu hata develop your condition.
And that's so amazing, because that's why I think then in this journey, we're even talking about first people consulting in this particular journey for us to just know their body, exactly. What they eat, how they live.
The weaknesses they already have,
wow.
The vulnerabilities they have developed, the signs the body is communicating that probably they are not able to learn to spot them, but as a medic, quickly, huyu anamwangalia macho, huyu ako na condition fulani. Huyu tunamwangalia mkono, then I can rule out so many things just by observation. Yenye maybe the client is not able to see. Na kwa sababu kuna watu watamsaidia kujielewa. Why be in the dark when there is so much light out here?
Out here.
Yeah.
And that's why now we are going to make sure that we are walking this journey with you. We are not leaving you to figure these things out about what to eat, how to move, when to connect with nature. Because even as you're walking this journey of transformation with Dr. Spice and TW, you're going to understand that it's more about how you're starting from within, not the things you want to fast change huku inje. Haraka haraka, you know you guys love fast and furious, very fast. No, it's a journey. I think the opposite of instant gratification is delayed gratification, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So you need to approach your transformation with the perspective of delayed gratification. And then allow things to compound. Munajua, if you're told someone lived healthy from their teen years, and their lives as an adult changed, it means if right now you start taking the small steps, inamaanisha the next 10 years will not be speaking the same language at all. No, idue tunataka instantly. Unataka lose 20 kgs kesho asubuhi. Unataka kwenda udugwe, ufanye all the things you guys are doing out there to lose your weight. But there is another way. There is a way that can help you transform not only your body, but mind, spirit. Like uachange tu kuona hata wewe mwenyewe in the same perspective. And that's why I love the perspective of beliefs. Because it means you might be one version, but it's because you believe you're that. If you believed you're something else, you will take the actions to become that, and you will be that. So, there is a link in this particular video in the bio and the number on the screen. You're gonna come and join us into this journey of transformation. We are revamping our minds, not only the mind, body, and spirit. Thank you so much, Dr. Spice, for joining me today.
You're welcome.
I've really revamped my mind, and anyone who is listening, they have revamped their mind.
Amazing. Let us know your feedback.
Yes, please.